Yes, it is. Russell Westbrook staying in Oklahoma City at least for the next couple of seasons. Thunder signed him to a new 3-year max deal worth nearly $86 million. Earlier today, he posted this image on social media. No caption, but does there really need to be? No. Ramona, you've been all over this bad boy. How did this deal get done?
Okay, so Kevin Durant left.
He did.
And the people in Oklahoma City were really sad, right?
Yes.
But Sam Presti, the general manager, looked at his roster and looked at his salary cap situation and said, hey, you know what? We could probably give Russell some more money this year. We could renegotiate his deal and give him more money and as an enticement for him to extend his contract by another year or two. So, like, if I said to you, hey, you know what? You're doing a great job. How'd you like $8 more million a year?
I would love it.
Right?
Yes.
That's essentially what they did here. And the catch is you have to give us 1 more year. Now, that 1 year is an important year because it gets him to 10 years of service time.
Right.
The 3rd year of this deal, which is really just 2 years beyond this one, is a player option. So he still hits free agency in 2018. The reason why the 10-year mark is important is because once you hit 10 years, you can get 35% of the cap, which means in the summer of 2018, Russell Westbrook could sign a 5-year, $204 million contract with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That sound good?
Yeah.
He might decide not to play basketball anymore by then.
Literally, I don't think anybody realized this was even possible. Like,
Nobody
we don't
did,
renegotiate contracts in the NBA.
Yeah.
Right? That happens in football, not in the NBA. Russell Westbrook didn't realize this was even a possibility until Sam Presti and the Thunder approached him on it. They pulled back the qualifying offer to Dion Waiters, right? That's how they had enough money to give him this raise.
A little bit.
And they said, hey, would you think about this? And he goes, yeah, I think I would do that.
Now, and you know what, Ramona, diving deeper into it, because obviously that top layer, once you start saying more money, it becomes more attractive to the player to stay still. But I'm looking at Russell Westbrook, the individual, and I think this is an exciting time for him, for the first time, to be out there and be the only guy, like the main dude, not a shared experience, not with Durant, not with James Harden coming off the bench as it was, not with any of the guys that he used to have, and knowing that you're the guy with a very good team. I didn't say great, I said a very good team. Why does that matter? Russell Westbrook, to me, is the front runner for the MVP next year. 1, because of motivation, and 2, because of the construction of the team. He is going to be needed to get all those points. Then you added to it the layer that this will reset the narrative against Russell Westbrook, who was once the most criticized player in the NBA outside of LeBron James, who everyone got on. So I think all of that added up makes it smart for him to stay.
This is Russell Westbrook's Kobe after Shaq year, right?
Yeah,
Remember Kobe after Shaq when he was like, I'm going to score 50 or 60 points every night? Like, there is not a shot I will not take. This is going to be the Russell Westbrook Chainsaw Massacre.
There are more shots he's not going to take.
Look how angry he is there. It's going to be like that all year long and then some.
And Kobe went from 24 points with Shaq to 27 the next year, and then 35 2 years from then. And that's what you're going to see. Like, he has this totally in focus. I love it, man.
Good Lord, that is a terrifying Photoshop opportunity there. There is a writer from Fox Sports who happens to be raining on this parade. Goes by the name of Dieter Kutzenbach.
There's always one. There's always one.
This deal is nothing more than a mutually agreed upon delay. This is a wait-and-see contract. It might say that it's 3 years in length, but in reality, it buys Westbrook and the Thunder only this upcoming season. All right, so it's a delay and a breakup, which, by the way, aren't they all delays and breakups?
Inevitably.
Really inevitably. But we're okay with that, right? We all know that.
Yeah, look, he's right. It is a delay in this. It doesn't mean that Russell's necessarily going to leave because, as I said, 5 years, $204 million.
Plus, they could do a lot to the team, right?
Correct.
In that amount of time. So by the time his choice comes around again, he'll be like, no, we're in a good spot
And the reason why that 5-year deal is so important, guys like LeBron James and Kevin Durant, they can only do 4-year extensions. So that would be the richest contract in NBA history.
You take
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what they're setting him up for. So yeah, okay, technically, yes, you could have this same situation play out next summer or even this February if the Thunder are not playing well and you're starting to get the feel that Russell may not stay there. But my sense is he wants to be the man. Like, as you said, he wants to be the guy. This happens to be his team. He comes, you know, we're on the Super Friends era in the NBA where everybody teams up with their Olympic buddies. Russell comes from the Kobe Bryant alpha dog school of running his own team. And I think that's what this year is going to be for him.
I'm glad you mentioned teaming up. The Vertical's Adrian Wojnarowski wrote this about the deal. In the wake of Durant's departure, Westbrook's new deal could be instrumental in recruiting another elite free agent to the Thunder's talented core next summer. Marcellus, lock your ears. Oklahoma native Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers will be a serious target for the Thunder. I know Marcellus is hurt by the idea of this, but it makes them a better. I know he doesn't want to think about it.
Just leave us alone.
Accept it. It happens. It's a cycle.
Stop.
It does make them more of a free agent destination, right?
Well, that's the question, right? Isn't it?
The eternal.
I mean, one, does it make Oklahoma City a destination? Two, is Russell Westbrook somebody people want to play with? I don't think we've answered that one, you know, and I don't think we've answered the Oklahoma City story at all yet. And I also, like, Blake Griffin has heard his name in trade rumors. You've heard him, you know, for years now. I think we need to stop thinking, Blake, if he's in Los Angeles, he was here first. Like, he was the original guy here in Los Angeles. He's the one in all the commercials. Like, he's the.
But you can still do commercials in
Why would he go back to Oklahoma?
Yeah, but have you seen?
Like, that's what I'm saying. When you leave Oklahoma, you don't really necessarily want to go back just because you're from there.
Right, but what if it, and just, you know, hear me out, Marcellus.
It's going to be tough.
What if the Clippers take a downward turn and Oklahoma City takes a nice upward, you know, and then you're presented with the opportunity to go to a place where you have a legitimate option to maybe perhaps win a ring?
Well, have you ever seen Blake Griffin walking down PCH in flip-flops? I have, and he looks very happy. And you know what? You know what's crazy?
His car break down?
The dude just loves the LA experience. He loves the beach experience where he lives. He loves everything about this, and he loves the opportunity of the Clippers one day becoming a franchise that you could actually respect continuously as they're on their approach and their climb to the championship. He wants to be a part of that. Now, to take him back and say, yeah, you remember where you grew up, where you didn't have any money, and it was a small town? You want to go back there and just have a lot of...
buy the town?
And buy the town?
Yes.
Most people say no to that
Big deal here in LA.
They'd rather be in LA with their big money and their big opportunities.
I'm just saying, if the Clippers start to look like this is never going to happen, and some people would say that's already the case, then maybe he would want to move.
Should I upset Marcellus right now?
Yeah,
this is going to upset him.
Do it.
Okay? So Chris Paul and Blake Griffin can both be free agents next summer.
Yes,
right?
I know.
If they don't win this year, who do you keep?
Who do you keep?
I mean, I don't know if it's a choice, but if you had to choose.
You keep Chris Paul because you get more for Blake, and that's not about who's better.
No, but you don't get anything for him because he's a free agent.
No, but the trade deadline's coming in. Since we know we have two, we don't have two commitments. One of you guys got to get traded. We got to get something back. Because the Lakers, Pau Gasol, Dwight Howard, got nothing back. We saw how that hurt them.
The part of last night that was interesting was the poor Lakers fans who had nothing to do with anything. And we all laughed at him, Enes Kanter included, who posted a crying Jordan face on a Lakers fan at his computer with the caption, "Stop refreshing the page. It's true." And there were quite a few, but somehow the Lakers got the short end of that stick once again. How bummed should they really be?
Like the Lakers have missed on every free agent for the past, like, 4 years. Like, I don't, at this point, they're kind of used to disappointment.
Are they? Because I feel like as fans, we're never used to anything.
Well, you know,
not really. We're always going to hold on to hope.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I've seen the dynamic play out with free agents before, and there's really a tug of war between a player who's like the Lakers, who grew up a Laker fan, grew up loving the experience, and their agent, their brain trust that's saying, let me tell you this sentence, and you digest it. There are two owners of the Lakers that are brothers and sisters that don't communicate.
Yeah.
Which direction do you think this franchise is heading? And when people hear that sentence, they sit there and they give them the nice meeting, they cooperate, but they never leave away wanting to be on.
The Lakers are like 2 or 3 years away from being relevant again.
Yeah.
Like, they have a bunch of young guys that need to grow. They're 2 or 3 years away, and Russell Westbrook can become a free agent 2 years from now.
Right.
Like, I think they actually have a better chance at him in a few years than they would have had this summer, even though I think they thought they had a shot at him, right? He's from Los Angeles. He went to UCLA.
They were counting on
they
it.
think they had a shot at him. But look, you know, you live here in Los Angeles. You drive around and talk to people
all
and
the
see them walking around. They'll just turn their attention to Paul George. They move on quickly.
Another guy from L.A. who
they'll move on quickly.
And just like that, we've moved on.
They're resilient.
That quick.
We are fickle. Coming up, Met slugger Jonas Cespedes landed on the DL for a quad strain, and now people are blaming his golf game. Is he the one that shut down Nike?
Yeah, you see that?
That's his fault.
This is Sports Nation. His boy outed him. What's up?
I mean,
come on, man.
Kevin Malone.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
It's time for your 2016 Rio Update.
Update time. Last night, the U.S. women beat New Zealand in soccer. Yeah, your chance didn't work. Go, ladies. Skateboarding's been added as an event to the 2020 Games in Tokyo. Sweet.
Nice.
And officials lost the key to one of their soccer stadiums. Had to call the fire department to break in.
Why got his brother break in?
The games began.
Why the brother got to break in? Come on, man.
Was your 2016 Rio update.
It's like a circus show.
You're the
Time for
worst.
Pulse of the Nation, presented by Toyota. What? I'm just giving you the news.
I
You
love
don't want to
it.
be informed
I
or not?
love it.
Andrew Wiggins, so close to the 720, which leads me to ask, dunk contest, anyone?
No, you know what? He actually
No.
said to me last year that he doesn't want to do the dunk contest because he lost in the dunk contest at the McDonald's All-America game when he was in high school, and he's
So
so
redeem
bummed out he
yourself.
never
Yeah,
wants to do
get
it again.
over it.
Get
And he
over it.
practices and plays
Yeah,
with the
why is
guy
he
who
doing
wins
that?
every year.
See?
So he can measure the competition better than anyone. He's going to get in the dunk contest. Why else would you put a video
By
out
the
when
way,
you miss
that's
a dunk?
all the more reason to get in the
Thank
dunk
you.
contest, to make yourself feel better.
He wants
for
us to
the
clamor and wants us
I
to
get
rally
it.
for it.
Let's beg him. Let's just beg him.
Hey, he could have made
If he
that
gets
dunk if he
720.
tried again, too. That's insane.
One more time.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
loser.
That was insane.
Tradition, as we mentioned earlier, the Olympics will be adding 5 new sports come 2020. Danilo Gallinari looked like an upside down track. I don't. That's
That
gonna
was
do it for
bad.
us from LA. We still have a show tomorrow, though, so we'll try to show up for that.
I'll still eat it.
You're in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah, I got to hydrate. I'm going to eat some of
Right
that
after
sushi. I got to hydrate.